First, in terms of recruitment, I think we've got to really look at the statistics and see where our weaknesses are. Dave, if you go back and look at the election returns from 2008, you'll see that in South Carolina, John McCain lost the 18 to 44-year-old voters by 80,000 votes. Now think about that. I'm 44 years old. 18 to 44-year-olds in our state chose Barack Obama by a 10-point margin, or 80,000 votes, over John McCain. That is a real indication of work that we've got to do with young people. We've got to, at a state level, and we will, support our teenage Republican chapters. We need to grow those chapters in high schools across the state. We've got to do the same with college Republicans. College Republican organizations have had a hard time being consistently organized. Obviously, college enrollment turns over on 4-year cycles, and we've got to provide stability and a support to keep and maintain strong college Republican chapters across the state. And the same thing is true with our young Republicans. Young Republicans are up to age 40. We are having a rebirth currently in our state of young Republican chapters, and we need to promote that and encourage that, bring them to our cause. With that type of effort and sponsorship by the state party and the county parties, I think we can reconnect with the 18 to 44-year-old voter, which is going to be essential not only in 2010, but in elections beyond.
Okay. One more step beyond that. Who are the key people that are that you would need to have in place to be able to do something like that?
Well, I think it's twofold. I mean, one, we've got to work in conjunction with our county executive committee men and chairmen. We've also got to work with our Republican Federation of Women chapters across the state. What we've had historically is our women's chapters somewhat in isolation, our young Republican, college Republican, teenage Republican chapters somewhat in isolation, our county organizations somewhat in isolation. And what we've got to do is integrate that into one seamless whole. And so I think we have the pieces, but what we've got to do is coordinate them in a more integrated fashion to be sure we're working as one team.
One more on that, on on activism. Reaching out to a new face of voter. What are your thoughts about reaching out and your plans for reaching out to the African American community more, the Hispanic Latino community, where Republican activism doesn't exist, but core principles might be shared?
Right. I think you hit the point exactly right when you referenced core principles, particularly if you look at social issues, if you look at respect for life, if you look at the idea of choice and parental involvement in education. You'll see that our core party principles are shared across the entire populace of South Carolina. It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, Hispanic, or Asian. Our core party principles are reflected across all ethnic groups in the state. So with that as a starting place, we've got to attract people to the party. I'll give you an example of Tim Scott, a newly elected House member from Charleston who has endorsed our campaign. Tim will tell you that we've got to include minorities at every level. We can't wait until an election cycle rolls around and then anxiously seek minority votes. It doesn't work, frankly, nor should it work. What we've got to do is recruit South Carolinians of all walks of life to the party at the grassroots level, at the precinct level, at the county level, in elected offices. Not just statewide offices, mind you, but county councils, city councils, other municipal opportunities, school boards. If we do that across the state, we'll elect more Tim Scotts. Tim is a huge success story. He is the first African American elected to the General Assembly as a Republican since Reconstruction. He did it from Charleston County. He's done it in a district that is absolutely a majority white district, and it goes to show that our core principles, when advocated in every community, bring success to the Republican Party.